Hello, this is Nathan Stanford Sr., Code Craft Hub. Now, I ended up going over the 15-minute limit, so I had to cut off some of that video. So hopefully I am back at the correct place for where the video was at. If I've missed any part, when I get totally done with this, I will commit this to a GitHub on my private account, but I'll make it public. And I'll put in the link to it. I'll come back to all the pages, put it in all the link to all to where it's at. But first, let's get through this, and then I will connect it and put it up to GitHub, so you can go through the code and kind of look at it. And if you have questions as to why something is the way it is or not, just let me know. So let me try this again. We'll go back here. So what I'm going to do, and I started previously adding page title and page app title. So when we go to index, we can have the header. I moved it to the header, so it can automatically show the header, and for each page show the page title. So if we go into add, we can say we want the page title to be add. And I don't know if I had it in edit or not. Let's see. In edit, we can say we want this to be edit. And now it will automatically be taken care of. Index, add, and edit are the only pages being displayed. So let's go back here. Let's hit refresh. Up here it says home. If we click add, it says add. If I click back and I click edit, it says edit. So we've got that working. Edit is not got the same thing as add does, though. Let's go to add. So on add, for the add button, we have secondary. So let's go to edit. We don't need this title because now we're passing the title in by putting the word edit up here. And we want for the button to add a class with button BTN and BTN small, or SM, and BTN secondary. When you're wanting to pick colors, I think that's one of the things I was going to be showing you. So if we go to Bootstrap, and we go here, and we say colors, and then we scroll down from there, you can see, it's kind of hard to see the colors there. Let's see. Is it going to show buttons? No, it's not. There's probably a way we could go look at the buttons, but let's just kind of zoom in a little. Scroll down. Now you can see the primary is blue, secondary is gray, and that success is a green, text danger is a red, and then text warning is yellow, text info is a light blue, and then there's text light and text dark. Text light is a light gray, and text dark is a dark almost black, because there's black and white as well. And because we're on 5.3, there's these primary emphasis that's added that was not in previous bootstraps. So you can choose from those different colors. So let me hit refresh. We want to move this to the center like we did the add. So let's go back to add. We want to look at what we did, because we want the edit, the add to look similar. So we want to copy these two divs, and we're going to need two divs below the form. So let's go to edit, and we'll paste those in here. We'll move this form over because I like to have everything lined up. And then we're going to add a div, and we're going to add another div. And now if we come back here and we hit refresh, now edit and update is right here. So if I click back, I can say add, and I can say test, and I can say let's edit, and I can say another test, and then I can go hit delete. Now it crashed. Let's go look at our delete. Okay, in our delete, we should be passing URL, tasks. Let's go back here. We are passing the ID. Let's hit refresh. Okay, another test. So what did we do? Let's go look at the index first. Make sure we're doing what we think we are. Under index, if you scroll down and you look here, we are passing the ID from task, just like we're doing it for edit. So it should be working. Let's see here, where ID equals, what did I do? Put varchar, no, it's integer. Oh, I put this and when we were showing that you could have other CF queries and have possible issues. But we got rid of the and, so now we go back here, we can hit delete. So now we've got this where it's starting to look pretty good. We've still got some issues of things that we want to do. I've got some more advanced things I want to add, but let's look and see. One more thing I would probably do is, okay, understand what I'm going to do is only because there's no such thing as a small app. When you're working at work, they tell you there's a small app. They will always add more stuff to it, and it will grow and it will become a bigger app. So what I would probably do is say queries, and we're going to move some of the queries like this one. And notice when I copied it, here I'll undo, it's called task. So we're going to name the query task.cfm. We're going to paste it in here. So when you look at the task under queries, you know the name of the file is also the name of the query. So then you can go from there to, let's see here, you're going to want to do that on edit. That's the one we just did. So we want to do it on, on the index. Yes, of course. So we want to come up here. We want to copy this one. And this one says tasks with an S. It's plural. So we save and we simply click right here and we say tasks.cfm. Paste and we save it. And now it is ready to go. The only thing we have to do is we have to include those. So just like we included the header, we say cf include, and then we want to include, I'll get rid of the extra less than in a minute. We want to go to queries, queries. Looks like it's spelled right. And we want to go here, we're trying to getting tasked with an S because we're trying to get multiple tasks. And if you look down here, the name of the query is tasks. So those two match, so we're fine. Save. Now we go to here, and we're going to do the same thing. So let's go back to index. Let's copy this, go to edit, paste this, and let's get rid of the S because that's the only difference. Down here, when you're doing the output with a query, it's task, and task. So now it should still work. So let's actually try something. Let's say suit. Okay, add worked. The query worked. Let's change it to hot dog because we're getting close to summer. And that worked. The update worked. The delete still works. And it reloaded the page. Now, when you're building an application, there's a lot of reasons you do things. But this is just helping you to move some of the code. You don't want to repeat yourself. That's why you do the header. And that's actually part of the reason why you do the queries, because you might need to do on another page to get a list of tasks if the application becomes bigger. So why not call the same query to get all of the tasks? That's where we're at now. And I think I'm going to call it for the last thing for tonight. Let's see. What could I do? Let's see, that would be helpful. We've got includes, we've got queries, Um, really, as far as a very simple little application, that's all you really need. So we could call it quits even on the application. But let's change where the ad is. I've mentioned it several times. So let's actually do that. We're going to do a couple things. Instead of having an ad page, let's copy this ad here. And let's go to the index. And instead of the add link, we're going to delete that. And we're going to paste this add form at the top. Let's go see how it looks first. Okay, we don't need as much space above as we did. So let's just say 1, and let's see if we even need that. I think I will make it a 2. And what we might do, let's see here, x2. What this will do, if I remember right, we'll put 2 spaces on top of it, the button, and 2 spaces, of the form, and 2 spaces on bottom. So that way we won't be so close to the table right here, and we won't be so close to that. So let's hit refresh. Did I do it wrong? Let me go see. I thought it was X. Right now I'll just do top and bottom, and I will have, well, no, let's go find out. Let's go see. Bootstrap 5.3, margin, margin X. I was like, I know that doesn't look right. Okay, so let's see here, margin. Here, let me do find margin, and let's try to find. Okay, so small, medium, large, breakpoints for variables, columns. Let's see here. Let me do it this way. Here's another thing I do that's not a bad thing for you to learn, is to sometimes, well, a lot of times you want to do Google searches. If the search on the particular website doesn't help, you can do margin on x-axis and see spacing. Maybe that's the one we're looking for. I open it in a new window, scroll down, margin, and then X. So it is supposed to be for X. Let's go back and see. Margin, here, let's make it too much first. Oh, you know what? Let's try Y. Maybe I've got it backwards. I still think X is normally up and down, and I'm wrong. So it's the Y. No wonder it was actually working, and it didn't look like it was working. So I'm going to put it back to 2. So what that's doing is putting 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, where the X was putting it left and right. And in my mind, I'm thinking algebra X is the up and down, but it's not doing it the way I think. And that is too close. So let's go back to 4, or let's see. Yeah, that looks good. So now you could literally say, we've got newspaper, milk, ice cream. Let's say we want to go get, cereal. How about the cereal? Cereal. And you hit enter, and it automatically displays. It is happening fast enough. It looks like it's not reloading the page, but it technically is reloading the page. If your application had more information or more data, it would run slower. You would see the page reload, or if it had more graphics on the page. In a future video, we will work on something called HTMX, which will actually help you be able to save and not reload the page and fix and update the list. I might even add it to this. I have to think about it between now and tomorrow when I decide to finish if I'm going to do any more videos on this one.